From the OUTV Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, California, this is Brief News Brief, a brief look at today's trending news topics, proudly combating the thought police since 2016. Here's your host, James Heaney.
I'm James Heaney, and this is your Brief News Briefing. Hurricane Irma is the largest hurricane in the history of the Atlantic Ocean. It's currently a Category 5 storm, but we expect maybe scientists will come up with a 6th category. It's got 185 mile per hour winds. A Category 5 starts at greater than 155 miles per hour. Now, every other category is separated by between 20 and 25 miles per hour. This is more than a 30 mile per hour difference. Now keep in mind, a Category 1 storm, it's not 5 times stronger as in damage. It's going to do 500 times more damage than a Category 1 storm. It's similar to the way that we do earthquakes. It's not just 1 to 2, it's exponential growth. It smashed through a string of the Caribbean islands earlier today. Barbuda is so badly damaged that there's no communication from the island. It's too early to tell for sure, but it's expected to make landfall on the U.S. mainland in Florida. It's expected to hit Saturday into Sunday, and it could completely cover the entire state. Governor Scott says this could be worse than Hurricane Andrew. This is potentially the worst hurricane in history. Today, the House approved a $7.85 billion aid package for victims of Hurricane Harvey. This is the first major order of business following the August recess. I gotta be honest, I'm proud of them. Now it moves to the Senate, where leaders plan to hold a vote by the end of the week. The bill also includes a controversial increase to the debt limit, and it funds the government for the next 3 months. The president sided with Democratic leaders on the issue over reluctant Republicans. This is a deal that will set up a fiscal showdown at the year's end. On Tuesday, Trump announced that in 6 months, he's going to end the very popular Obama DACA program. DACA stands for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrival. That just it's the Dreamer Act, right? It means that if you were born here by no choice of your own, which most of us, actually, if any of you out there chose to be born, high five. Like, sentience, pre-birth sentience is great. But anyways, it gives kids who were brought to America illegally by their parents the right to come out of the shadows and go to school and legally get jobs in this country, which is the only country that they know that they weren't sentient. Not even a baby can be sentient. I don't know, that's not science. Trump is phasing out the executive order and passing the responsibility to Congress to create a legal immigration path for these dreamers. Trump says he wants to see what happens in Congress and that he will revisit the issue in 6 months. Personally, I don't know. This might be good. This might be good. Maybe we'll get some comprehensive immigration reform. North Korea's state media claims that the country has developed a more developed nuclear weapon, and they're calling it a hydrogen bomb. A boast that follows their intercontinental ballistic missile tests that sparked international condemnation. Thus far, North Korea has tested its nuclear weapons and its ballistic missiles separately, but never together. The nukes have detonated in deep underground chambers, while the missiles have flown on flyby trajectories that take them high up into space and kind of limit their range. But in the wake of the North's most recent underground test, and with the rumors of another ballistic missile test coming soon, some experts now fear that they might combine the nuke and the H-bomb for a test somewhere over the ocean. North Korea has threatened to send more gift packages to the United States, but I have to just say, we didn't ask for any gifts. And if you're gonna send us a gift, try not a gift from 1952, because we've probably already got our own. The Boston Red Sox appear to be caught red-handed using electric devices, specifically a replay camera and an Apple Watch, to steal signals from the New York Yankees and relay them to their own hitters. Now, sign stealing isn't new. Sign stealing to help hitters know what the pitch is coming has been a long part of baseball lore. Most often it just happens when the runner's at second base and peers in to see the catcher's sign and then subtly flashes the signal, maybe a hand movement or positioning of the feet, to the batter to let him know whether the next pitch will be a fastball, a curveball, or something else. Players are allowed to try to figure out the opponent's signals on their own, but computers and cameras and electronics are never permitted, which I don't get it anymore. I thought this was supposed to be the American sport. We're not allowed to use computers. We use computers in America. It's part of the sport. No cameras, no electronics, no drugs. No drugs. Come on, let us be the best competitors we are. We're the home of capitalism. Are you really going to make us be weaker just because there's rules? That's news to me. Oh man, I love the name of that section. So here's the news to me. I'm going to be traveling out of town. You should see my flight list. I believe that I've got like 10 flights next week. I fly to New Jersey, I fly to Detroit, I fly to Denver, I fly to Utah, I fly all over the country. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun considering Hurricane Irma's coming up and through. But no matter what, no matter how good or bad my flights turn out, I'm not going to be here for at least a week. So we're going to not be able to come back to our regular scheduled program until the 18th or 19th, something like that. That's when I'll be back in town.